So as I was saying in the last video, if you don't like the patterns that Photoshop has and you want to create your own pattern, um, it's really easy. All you have to do is find another image that you want to turn into a pattern, or you can even make one from scratch. So for example, if I wanted to take a sample of this water and turn it into a pattern, I could. In my situation, I wanted to turn this tire track into a pattern. So to create a pattern, you need to make sure to use the rectangular marquee tool, because for it to be repeated, it needs to be a perfect square. Okay? Oh no, not a perfect square. It could be a rectangle too, actually, but it has to have two sides the same. And yeah, it needs to be made with rectangular marquee tool, period. And then once you have a selection, you go Edit, Define Pattern, and then name it whatever you want. Tire track. That's what I'll call mine. And once you've saved that, it's actually like in your Photoshop memory somehow. It's not on the file, I'm pretty sure, because I made it here and then I can go to my other document and use it. I think I can make new documents and still use it. I think it's saved somewhere in here. And so there it is. Yeah. So I can select my new brush. It will now appear where the other patterns appear. And I can just click anywhere. So if I wanted to put it into my background, I could. And there it is. It does not look very good though, because I notice that I can still see where it doesn't blend very well. Like I can see where it's repeating, so I don't think I did a very good job creating the pattern. And also, it's so tiny. I wanted it to be bigger and more obvious. It's so tiny that you can't even tell it's a tire track. So what I decided to do was actually try something different for this in this case, because I wanted to have these tire tracks go like across the page just to see what it would look like. So I decided to turn it into a brush. I went back to my tire track image, and then I created a selection out of part of the tire, because, and as you can see, there's like the checkered board background right here, because I wanted it to be see-through, so that the brush is only going to have like little gaps in between. And then I selected that portion and then went Edit, Define Brush Set. And if you noticed when I went to Define Brush Set, the Define Pattern was unavailable. It was grayed out because it's not a perfect square. My selection's not. So making it a brush is my only option anyway. Tire track is what I'm going to call this one. So I'm going to go back to my magazine cover, and this time I'm going to grab my brush and look for it in my brushes panel, and it is down here. It has its own number now, its own ID number 80. And whoops. Okay, so the cool thing about a brush is I can draw whatever I want with it. I can move it however I want. I can use it once or twice, just by like a stamp. Also, I can make it bigger, whereas with the pattern presets, I can't. It's like the size that you created it, and it's just going to repeat at that size, whereas a brush, I can make it really big or really small. So if I want it, oh no, my phone. Great, it was the wrong number too. Oh well. Anyway, I'm really psyched about my tire brush. I'm going to edit and do that though, because that's huge. What I was trying to do was have a tire track run from like the margin, top margin, all the way down to the bottom. And if I hold shift, I can get a perfectly straight track. And I thought it would look cool, but I don't really think it looks that great anymore. But anyway, now you know how to do it. Create your own brush and create your own pattern. And oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. You can turn any image, any selection into a brush. So I just decided I was going to try turning the dirt bike into a brush too. So I hit Control or Command and thumb clicked on the polygon tool that the dirt bike is clipped to, and then I went Edit, Define Brush, Dirt Bike, and then grab my brush, B for brush, and there it is, $6.99, and I